You're listening to the Ask Drone U podcast. You ask, we answer your drone questions. Whether you're here to turn your passion into profit or you simply fly for fun, we're a community of learners and teachers who aspire to achieve greatness. We are
Drone U.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another awesome episode of Ask Drone U. My name is Paul.
And my name is Rob, and this is episode number 688. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us. Hope you're getting a lot of flights in.
Yeah, as the weather gets cold, just another reminder, keep those batteries warm. Otherwise, you can do the battery warm-up drill. It could be another great form we could make for an email funnel. Essentially, all you do is put that cold battery in your drone, fire it up, let the IMU warm up, take off to about 5 feet, fly for about a minute, then come down, turn the drone off, and then turn it back on, and you will have significantly more time on that battery if they are cold. That's just another little Drone U hack for you. So, all right, Rob, what are we talking about today?
Well, we're talking about DROTAM.
Do you mean
NOTAM?
It's funny when he Google searched DROTAM, it asked, "Are you searching for scrotum?" I don't know, Rob. Were you?
No.
Okay. Well, before we get into,
Figure I better answer that question.
Before we get into,
and I don't appreciate you asking it. Anyways.
Well, I appreciate you being here with me, so thanks. Before we get into today's question, just a special thank you to our friends at Go Professional Cases. If you need a case for your drone, don't forget about Rick and Beth over there in San Diego, California, who really put a lot of thought and effort into their case design. I'm not talking about the hard shell cases themselves. I'm talking about the foam that goes inside of them. If you haven't used a GPC case, then you don't know all the intricate little features and the nuances that they put in their cases, which separate them from the competition. Like a good example is the Osmo case. They actually put a little hole so you can stand up your Osmo and use the case as a tripod for your Osmo, which I think is something that's really cool. We're going to be doing some upcoming reviews on the Inspire 2 backpack, which is sitting right here. We got that in our queue to show you what it's all about and whether it is worth it or not. And I can tell you already, after taking it out just one time, I definitely think it's worth it because it makes traveling around with the Inspire 2 a whole lot easier than that big bulky case full of batteries and whatnot. So it is truly awesome. If you need a discount to their cases, just use discount code DRONEU15 to save on a case today. And their website is goprofessionalcases.com. Use that discount code. Also, very special thank you to our friends at videoblocks.com/drone. Rob has got a great story for us today about VideoBlocks.
I have a great story about the time that I went to film. What did I go film? My kids playing soccer.
We're running down the Rio Grande.
Oh, yeah, we actually did that.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
We actually did that.
But the birds in the background were missing, and so I just went right to videoblocks.com/drone, signed up, got the birds in the background,
Boom.
had Paul edit them in for me.
Boom.
And we were golden.
Actually, if you ever wanted a shot of like an eagle coming out of the tree in slow-mo, they have that.
Do they really?
Yeah, they do.
Well, actually, I mean, they literally have millions of shots, right? So they probably have what you're looking for. It's worth checking out.
If Rob can use it, so can you. Videoblocks.com/drone.
That's right.
I'm sorry for giving you a hard time, but you know I love you.
It's all good.
All right.
It's all true.
Let's play the question.
Hi guys, Scott in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Sorry to say I don't have any weird accent for you. Sorry about that. My question today is about DROTAMs. I know what they are. I'm a commercially licensed pilot, by the way. There's an event coming up in town. I have authorization to fly in Class D. My question is, should I file a DROTAM? What's the point? And if I do, will that prevent another drone pilot from flying in that vicinity? Thanks for the show. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the help over the last couple of years.
Thank you, Scott, for chiming in with your question. We really do appreciate it. And guys, if you have a question, go to AskDroneU.com and get it in. DROTAM. It's not referred to that often. I mean, it's typically NOTAM, right? So
well,
I guess
NOTAMs and DROTAMs are a little bit different, but
right.
overall, DROTAMs are not really mentioned much, and that's because of some of the real-world experiences that people have had, but it's also because in recent times they have not been adding that to airspace authorizations where you would see a request to file a DROTAM. If you are an old 333 pilot, you would see that a lot as well. And, you know, in the newer airspace authorizations, you don't see it at all. And I think there's a reason for that, because when pilots would check TFRs and NOTAMs, they would see these DROTAMs, and a lot of them would become like kitty cats and get very curious and fly over these areas. And I've had it happen to me as well. No, literally, I did a test one time where we flew in the same location, and one time I filed a DROTAM and one time I didn't. And the day that I flew a DROTAM, there were planes and helicopters and Cessnas, and gosh, man, it would have been perfect if there was a powered parachute there too, but there wasn't.
Just to complete the repertoire. Yeah.
But it's funny. I mean, literally, like, planes and helicopters will just sit and float around to check out what's going on.
Interesting.
And there is a very real issue in aviation with manned pilots seeming like they are better than unmanned or remote pilots in one way or another. Like, they have more rights to the sky, which technically they do, but that doesn't mean that anyone should act in a hierarchical way, because we all know how that mulls over time. And that being said, I mean, there was a perfect example. Remember, I showed you the video yesterday of a drone pilot in Hawaii who was flying a surfing competition, and I'm not sure whether he was allowed to be there or not. But either way, the reaction from a manned pilot, I think this manned pilot deserves to go to jail for essentially what he did.
That was incredibly dangerous.
Is extremely dangerous. So, if, long story short, this pilot, this helicopter pilot, essentially used his rotor wash to sink a Mavic Pro. I mean, this helicopter pilot was maybe 20 or 30 feet over 5 to 10 jet skis with people on them, and used his rotor wash to sink a Mavic Pro right next to the jet skis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could have very easily hit somebody on a jet ski, for sure.
And the specific representative at FSDO in that local area blew it off. And then the video came out, and the guy is straight up saying victory at the end of the video for getting the Mavic Pro out of the sky and sinking his bird in the water. But I mean, that pilot, the helicopter pilot, put just as many people at risk on the water than the drone pilot could have put the helicopter at risk in the air.
I would say significantly more people at risk.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as if helicopters don't crash, was kind of the approach that this person was taking.
Yeah.
It's insane. It was just insane.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was uncalled for too. But anyway, long story short, when you do DROTAMs and whatnot, his question is that going to inhibit other drone pilots from flying? In all honesty, I don't think it's going to stop anyone from flying. I think that's just the reality of the situation. Number one, when you have any of these hobbyist pilots, they're not even checking NOTAMs. They don't even know what a NOTAM is. And I know that the unmanned and remote pilot certificate of remote pilots, how do I say this? The remote pilots group, so myself included, we're always trying to educate hobbyists on all things drones. And sometimes it's difficult because people don't want to hear what we have to say about responsibility and safety. And we are trying to self-police. But 9 times out of 10, these hobbyist pilots, they don't even understand what a NOTAM is, let alone a DROTAM. And long story short, is it going to stop them from flying when you post a DROTAM? Probably not. Mm-hmm. What about other commercial pilots? I really have yet to see a lot of people even check DROTAMs on a map. Now
they are more trained to check, though, probably.
Yes, they are. They're supposed to be for sure. Is it happening though? It's questionable. I hope it is, but I haven't seen a lot of it, in all honesty. And that's what we're here to talk about, is honesty. Now there are other apps that do show DROTAMs, and I'm pretty sure even AirMap, who I hate, does show them, but. Which is good, in all honesty, but I'm just not a fan of AirMap.
Sure.
So, anyway, long story short, are DROTAMs a good idea? Do they actually help you out? It's questionable at best. I think that's why they got rid of them on the new airspace authorizations. And yeah, I'm not sure that they really provide any benefit either to manned aviation or to drone pilots.
Right. So don't bother, basically.
Unless it's an absolute requirement, don't bother.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, if it's a requirement to your exemption, your COA, obviously you have to do it.
Sure.
And I'm not going to advise anyone to break the law. So
obviously. But this sounds like he said he's a commercial pilot. I assume that means 107.
Well, I think he meant he was a Part 61 pilot.
Could be. Yeah.
So
Sounded like it could be that too. But even in that case, he's flying a drone, so that wouldn't necessitate that he file one. So
yeah,
he
true.
should be good.
Yeah, you should be fine. Anyway, hope that helps you out, bud. Let me know if I missed anything, guys. But I think that's going to do it for us today. My name is Paul.
I'm Rob.
And this is Ask Drone You.